I am in love with life. Every breath, every touch, every adventure.
That is why in the last several years I've been on a quest to figure out the best habits that will last me for 100 years. At least 100 years. And today I'm sharing them with you.
For most of us, living up to 100 years sounds close to unthinkable, but I believe that it's much easier than we all think. The global average life expectancy has increased by more than 5 years in the past 2 decades, and with the trend of healthier living, I believe few little adjustments can massively increase the number of years we have left.
I think that small incremental changes in your lifestyle, in any kind of lifestyle, can bring huge results and get you to the milestone of 100 years. Actually, I truly believe that we're meant to live much longer, but it's up to us and how we acquire those habits that will get us to that type of longevity. Longevity is a huge topic, so I'm going to focus on the 6 main areas and habits that I'm acquiring in order to live a long and happy life. Because why would you need to live long if you're not happy and you're not enjoying it? For a long period in my life, I was lost. I was numb to life and I was just going through the motions. And do you know how I found out about this? At some point, I just found a purpose, a greater thing that I want to chase, and it completely transformed everything about me. This is probably one of the hardest things that you will ever have to do, but it's also one of the best things that can happen to you. And when I say purpose, it's open to interpretation. It could be anything for you. It might be your children, and actually the statistics show that people with children live longer just because they are their purpose. And the best thing is that this could change. With life, your priorities change and actually you change. So your purpose can also change. What I'm really passionate about right now could be not relevant in 5 years, in 10 years, in 50 years, I don't know. But I know that now I know how to find my purpose. And whichever stage in life I am, I will make sure that I chase it, because the energy levels that you get from it and just the sense of and the urge of I want to wake up and do this, it's immense. It's not comparable to anything else, and I cannot tell you what your purpose is, but I'm telling you, once you find it, you know what I'm talking about, and this will easily get you to 100 years of age. The brain is just like a muscle. If you feed it the right food and you give it the right exercise, it will serve you for the years to come. And I truly believe that the best way to do this is by learning new things constantly. If you have ever been relatively good at something and you have achieved something, you know this sense of fulfillment and of motivation to learn even more and become even better at what you're doing. This is a longevity fact that not many people are aware of. And why do you think Warren Buffett, one of the richest persons on this planet with more than $80 billion in his account, at the age of 88, he's still going to work every single day and he's still reading around 600 pages per day? This is what drives him, this is what keeps him alive. The moment you stop learning, you start dying. Your brain starts to deteriorate, and sooner or later you see this in your physical health too. The best part is that learning has never been this accessible. You have books,
online courses, audiobooks, which is one of my favorite, and even just YouTube. The new skills and new learnings are everywhere around us, and it's up to you to decide what drives you, what you have as passion, and chase it and learn more about it. If you don't have time for learning, make sure you make some time, because I truly believe this is one of the key sources for a happy and a long life.
I don't think any of us needs to see another statistic about the relationship between health and stress. You can basically lose it because of stress, and the doctors might say to avoid stressful situations or not to get stressed, but truly speaking, I think this is impossible in the world that we're living in. Just driving up to this place, I almost had a car crash like 2 times, and this happens in every situation in your life. There are stressful moments. You're always in a rush to do something or to go to the next point or to have a better life, to provide for your family, to pay your mortgage. It is everywhere. That is why I believe that the most important thing is not to avoid stress, but to manage it. We cannot all be living in the field isolated from everybody or laying down on the beach for the rest of our lives. Stress will be around us, and the more important thing is how we manage it, how you perceive it, and how you let it get into your system, or does it get into your system. I've personally devised my own methods of dealing with stress, and when it hits me, when you get this physical sensation of your heart like just staying there in one place, I realized I just stop and say to myself, okay, this is stress, but it's nothing more. It's not going to end my life or anything. Well, unless I take care of it, it will probably end my life at some point. And it's just how you manage it. The same way we train our brains, we must also keep our bodies in shape. And let me tell you my perspective. As a professional athlete, not all exercises are healthy for you. Actually, even running can be considered dangerous for your joints and also for your heart. So my tip here for longevity is to just move. We are built to move. We're not built to run like 40 kilometers non-stop. Our bodies don't need this crazy activity of going to the gym 6 times and anything else you can imagine to be in shape and to feel healthy. Everyone should find the activity that best fits you and your schedule and everything that you're doing in your life, and just do it quite regularly. So maybe every day or so. That's what I'm doing. I don't go to the gym anymore. I don't run for many miles. I play football on Tuesday, and then for the rest of the days of the week, I really try to be consistent and practice something every day. It might be just few push-ups at home or just stretching around, moving my body, but that's how I keep myself in shape. And the key here, I believe, is to do little steps every day. It might be just walking, whatever fits you.
The first thing I wanted to invest more money into after I could afford a normal lifestyle was food. I promised myself that I'm gonna eat healthier and that I'm gonna buy higher quality products. Along with that, I created a list of little habits that I follow when eating, and these are some of them. I try not to overeat or eat very late unless it's some kind of special occasion, because something always happens. I've increased the percentage of fruits and veggies and overall fresh food into my diet. I eat a lot more fish. I also eat meat, but I always try to have a few days every week that I have no meat whatsoever during the day. I have cut out any kind of soft drink, so no cola, Fanta or whatever. The only kind of juice that I drink is fresh juice, and I also drink a lot of water. I also cannot remember the last time I bought something frozen from the supermarket unless it's ice cream, which brings me to sugar. I've tried to limit all kind of sugary things to a minimum, but I have my weak spots like ice cream and cheesecakes and general cakes. But I don't eat any chocolate bars or chocolate or something like a waffle or stuff like this that they sell on the store. I don't enjoy the taste of these kind of sweet things anymore, although a few years back I was totally addicted to chocolate bars and I could eat one chocolate bar every single day. Then at some point I decided to cut out sugar and fight the addiction, and then it just got easier. And that's something that I also follow. So usually my body tells me what likes to eat, even if it's not something sweet or if you have a craving for something like this. And I try to follow it. If I need to eat something like a carrot cake in the middle of the night or after dinner, I just get one and I enjoy it. I don't put myself through the hell of, oh, why I ordered this or why I will eat this. I think this worrying is even worse for your health than it's the actual dessert. Of course, if you have this struggle every single day, then you have a bigger problem and you should fight your sugary or whatever other kind of food addiction.
A few months ago, my dad asked me, how's your blood pressure? And I was like, well, it's great, as it has always been. Why are you asking? And he started explaining me that himself and his family always had high blood pressure, and the same happens to my mom. And he's like, you're really prompt to this, so just, make sure you keep it in check. And I was like, well, that is you, but I don't really believe that I will ever get high blood pressure. And that is the essence of good versus bad and toxic thinking. Of course, my dad didn't mean to give me some toxic thoughts, he was just taking care of me. But it could be the trigger for it, because you can always see things like positive or negative. And the world that we live in makes us go towards the negative side. If you don't believe me, just turn on the news and you see what I'm talking about. And this manifests in every part of our lives. We kind of tend to have the negative thought first. And all of this goes to the subconscious mind. And when it goes there, it sticks. And if you feed it enough bad thoughts, they will start coming back at you and will start affecting your life, your happiness overall, and also your health. I truly believe that one of the biggest reasons for most diseases in humans are stress, obviously, and toxic thoughts. So negative thinking really directly affects our health. I'm not sure if there have been studies on this, but I can feel it myself. The way I'm avoiding this and turning things around is every time a bad thought pops into my head, I just try to see it from a different angle, and I also try to see what is the positive side. And if I go back to the example of the food and the beautiful dessert that you want to eat, it's soul food. So this could be seen as something bad for your health because it has a lot of sugar and blah blah blah, but it could be seen also for the best food for your soul at that moment. You want to eat it and feel good and enjoy the process. If you start thinking that, oh my god, you're eating it, and at the same time, oh my god, I suck, I will never lose weight, or whatever else you might be thinking in such kind of situation, you're feeding your subconscious mind negative thoughts, and next time something like this happens, it will come back at you. To be honest, of all of those habits, I don't know which one is my favorite, but I can tell you that I've implemented them in my life for the past at least 5 years, and I feel amazing. I'm having the time of my life physically and mentally, and I believe this is the key reason. You don't need to take huge steps, you don't need to completely transform your life. The devil is in the details, and small changes can bring huge results, and you will live at least 100 years, and maybe when I'm 101, I'll be watching this video and I'll make another one to live 150. We'll see. I hope the internet doesn't die by that time. My name is E. This is everything for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
Fun fact about this video, I'm shooting it for the last 5, 6, 7 days. I lost count, but I'm shooting in the same t-shirt, which
You can guess how many times was washed during this period. 0. Yes. And I can tell you that it smells like crap.